What's up, guys? It's Jason Hyman with Realinc Real Estate Services out in 3rd Ward, Houston, Texas. Now, I started this company about a year ago, and one of the top questions I get when I'm out in the field is, how do I get my real estate license? So, I put together a quick video to help guide you through that process. Before we get into that, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. So today I want to talk about becoming a real estate agent in Texas. Now, I'm going to be talking about Texas, but the process is fairly much the same in most states that you go to. So you can use this as a guide to research your state if you're not in Texas, or specifically Houston. Now, the major cities in Texas are really growing right now, so there's some incentive to get in the game. Now, real estate is one of those industries where you can get in, make a lot of money real quick, and get out if you know what you're doing and you're willing to do the work. Now, you don't have to get a real estate license to get into the real estate industry, but I do recommend it. Personally, it's given me the ability to take advantage of more real estate deals because I can take advantage of more types of deals. Today, I want to make sure you walk away with 3 things. Is this the right fit for you? Can I start developing a strategy? Is the process more transparent to me? Those are 3 things, 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself at the end of this presentation. Now, in Texas, there's 2 pieces you have to satisfy in order to practice real estate. Let me clarify. Residential real estate. Both of these activities go together and should be done together if you want to get going pretty quickly. I'm going to go over the time, money, and the responsibility that comes with the commitment of satisfying these 2 requirements. First, I want to talk about licensure. Now, every profession has a set of rules and regulations that governs the business practice. Now, no different than loan officers, bankers, lawyers, or doctors, real estate agents are held to a high ethical standard as well. Now, we're playing quarterback for the largest transactions some families might ever do in their lifetime. So your license is what sets you apart from the different investors and wholesalers that are out in the market. In Texas, the Texas Real Estate Commission, or TREC, is the licensing authority for residential real estate agents. Now, there's no licensing for the practice of commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is governed directly by the law. The 2 components you'll need to satisfy to get your license are education and testing. Now, both change from time to time, so it's best to go on Google TREC, and go to their site to see the updated requirements. Now, the last time I checked, there were 6 classes to take, a test, and fingerprinting to receive your license. Now, my advice is to find an inexpensive TREC approved instructor, knock the classes out online. Most of the information is repetitive, so by the time you finish, you'll take in what you need to know. When you finish, get a quality test prep kit. Practice until you can comfortably get a consistent pass, then go take your test. Within 60 days, and I'll say for about $500, you'll be a licensed real estate agent in the state of Texas. You can't practice in Texas until you have a broker sponsor you. Until you qualify to be a broker, you'll have to practice under someone that will be responsible for your actions in the field and in the office. Now, that relationship usually has 2 components. In Houston, most brokers require you to join the local trade organization. If you aren't in Houston, you'll have to check for your local trade organization in your city. Now, in Houston, HAR, or the Houston Association of Realtors, is our local trade organization. Membership is an annual fee of about $450, and $75 a quarter goes to MLS access. As membership to HAR, you'll also be a member of the Texas Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. HAR has events for networking, education classes, and leadership opportunities, which is all great for career development. But most important, they have access to the MLS. Now, the multiple listing services where Every real estate agent is listing their inventory. It's like a shared inventory of property with agreed on rules for advertising and commissions. Now, this is one of the largest data sources we earn from as agents. It's also where companies like Zillow, Trulia, and Homes.com get their data from. Now, knowing that, that means as real estate agents, our job is to be the data source on the ground. And in order to do that, we also have to have an agreement with a broker. That agreement usually looks like this. For some portion of the commission I earn as a real estate agent, broker, you will provide, and the rest is up to negotiation. Each office will have its own set of commissions, splits, and fees. So you're going to have to do your own research and go and interview brokers to find out what office you would like to have sponsor you. Now here's some things that I thought you should know pertaining to getting your license. And this is why you should surround yourself with the right people. Out of 181,000 agents and brokers in the state of Texas, about 150,000 of them are actually active. On record this year, HAR says they have about 31,000 members in the local trade organization. That's 31,000 real estate agents out in the market to compete with. Now, even though that sounds intimidating, like there's a lot of competition here, you have to keep in mind that a lot of our agents are getting older, so that workforce is decreasing, and there's going to be new agents on the block that need to come in and pick up their market share. You have to understand that a lot of agents are licensed and keep their license active and their membership in good standing, so they can take advantage of opportunities if they come across them, but they aren't full-time active agents. And with the direction that the market is headed, real estate, especially in Houston, can be a very lucrative trade to get into. Think about this. Houston, I think in growth ranking, is number 2 behind Dallas. So last year, on average, 250 people a day were coming to Houston. So we added almost 100,000 new residents just in Houston. Not to mention, because of Hurricane Harvey late 2017, there's about $1 billion coming through the city of Houston, and I think $4 more billion coming through the state of Texas to help revitalize neighborhoods that were damaged by Harvey. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities there in that. But you have to know how to take advantage of it with the right people, processes, and tools. In today's market, I think you can't just be an agent. You have to be a lot more. So in looking for a broker, what are some of the qualities that you should look for? And with so much noise in the market, information on the internet, and abundance of options, how do you know the right office to work with? Now, at this stage, it's actually not the broker you have to question so much, it's yourself. At the core, most brokerage offices are the same. They're all good or bad at something. So you have to evaluate brokerage offices based off your own goals and expectations. So take the time to figure out how much money you want to make, or how much time you have to give. Give some thought to the market area you'd like to sell, or the audience you'd like to cater to. Be honest with yourself about your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you can truly evaluate a broker by asking good questions to determine if the two of you are going to be a good fit. If you don't have those things in place, real estate, it can be a dog-eat-dog world, and there are some guys out here that'll sell you anything if you don't understand or know what you're asking for. So with that in mind, of thinking of the brokerage relationship as a service that I'm paying for, I didn't care that my split was a 90-10 with my broker. The only question I truly want to know was, how is my broker going to help make my 10% really big? Now, the answer to that question can mean something different depending on who you ask. So at a minimum, when you're going to interview offices, make sure that they have the following: unbiased reviews, be open and keep judgments objective, It's real easy to go read reviews online and see a couple of people that gave a bad review. But make sure that you look at those things in context. Don't just flat out take a bad review at face value. The market moves fast, so having multiple forms of communication, it's a plus. You know, I need to be able to call you. I need to be able to email you. I need to be able to text you. I need to be able to DM you. I need to be able to get a hold of you. You should have reasonable access to your broker or your lead. You also want to make sure that they have some experience in your property type and your area. Now, that doesn't all have to be in-house. That could be a partner, but just make sure that that office has access to it. Go out and research them on Trek and hire yourself. You know, don't pay all the money and spend all the time on your license and education just to find out the office you're interviewing with are crooks or have complaints out against them or just unqualified themselves to teach you. I just shared with you that the market is growing with more real estate agents. So the ability to market is crucial nowadays. You know, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. Make sure that there's a plan and that the office you're with has the money to actually put the plan in motion as well. Real estate and technology are integrating more and more, so make sure those offices have a good grasp on technology, because if you aren't able to use it as a tool, it's likely to replace you real soon. And last but not least, the bare minimum in education and training just doesn't cut it today, especially if you're teaching me. I need to know that you go above and beyond in your education so that I'm getting the right information and knowledge in my career to make sure I'm on the right career path. Before I let you go, give me a moment to tell you a little bit more about our offer. We offer 2 tracks for sponsorship. Now, our branded track is for new agents or agents getting back into business. Under this track, we offer full support of people, processes, and the tools to get you up and going and back on track quick. Now, our unbranded track is more for experienced agents that are a little bit more ready to push their own brand or open their own office. Other than transaction management, personal answering services, and a physical office, all of which are scheduled to come on late 2019, you'll have all the back office support you'll need. Our entire process is done virtually with online tools, service providers, and a full-time lead. We provide communication and marketing tools to keep you in front of the market, and your branding will be done by professionals. You have up-to-date lead generation tools and access to community events for raising brand awareness. Now, what we feel separates us from other offices is the way we teach you to make money. We promote a match system. Now, match is an acronym, but that not only describes our sales funnel or our process for completing a transaction, it's also our sales production philosophy. We pride ourselves on bending people, processes, and tools around our agents instead of the other way around. We do offer traditional commission splits, but leave room for innovative deal making and commission ceilings to encourage production. Now, we do require an annual fee, but it can be paid monthly or annually at a discount, and a low per transaction E&O fee. Under this structure, you're able to keep most of your money, but still have the tools and resources you need to be successful right away. We also offer profit sharing, education reimbursements, and competitive reward challenges to boost your earnings. You'll also have access to our partners and vendors to make marketing and moving transactions that much easier. All in, we'll be able to get you transferred to our office, trained in your niche, and in front of the market within 90 days. You can have your first sale within 60 days. Some may even get that first sale within 30 days, and your licensing and brokerage investment is paid for. We promise that at a minimum, your investment will triple in a year's time. If all else fails, take your money and get out the game. If I had to put a figure on it, I'd say leave about $2,000 to get going. Gotta get you licensed and sponsored, leaving you with some room for marketing and advertising. Now, for details on license requirements, go to Trek's website or go to HAR's website, and they list all their membership information that you can research as well. Before you sign off, if I've done the 3 things that I said I would do, which are help you determine if this is the right fit, help begin thinking about a strategy, and providing transparency to help you make decisions, then go to Google, Yelp, or Facebook and leave me a review. If you have any other questions about this topic or want to talk real estate, here's my contact information. You can also reach me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. I hope this video was informative. Like this video or leave me a comment and let me know how I'm doing.